Hey guys, today we are talking about 3.4, so ignore the unit 2, that's not correct. So 3.4b, writing equations. So we're going to be doing exactly what we've been doing in class, except we're going backwards through it. Okay, so what you got to do? Okay, go ahead and press pause so you can sketch this graph out. It'll definitely help. Okay. First thing I want y'all to do is to find your sinusoidal graph. And the way you do that is you find the middle part of the graph. Okay. So our sinusoidal, I called it a graph earlier. Sinusoidal axis is at 0. So our C is 0. Okay. Remember, our amplitude is the distance from the high to the sinusoidal graph, which is the same from the distance of the sinusoidal graph to below it. Okay. So our amplitude is 12. Now, the next thing is you need to pick out, is this going to be a sine graph or is it going to be a cosine graph? So for every one of the graphs I give you tomorrow, there are two possible answers, because I could say that this is going to be a sine graph and I'm starting here and there, or we could say that this is going to be a cosine graph starting here and here. So starting up there and coming down. And also, it could have been a cosine graph starting at negative 480. So there's quite a few possibilities, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just say we're going to start with cosine. I like it because our horizontal shift did not change. So our D is going to be 0. So this is going to be a cosine graph. Okay. Now to find our B, okay, remember we do 360 divided by our B, which gives us our period length. So you look at your horizontal length that it takes for the cycle, the whole cycle to complete. Okay. So ours is 480. Okay. Remember, I've shown you this before. Whenever you have a variable on the bottom, you can just switch it. So you get B is equal to 360 divided by 480, in which you get 3 over 4 once you simplify. So the answer to this problem is y equals 12 cosine of 3 over 4 theta. Now remember, you could have picked sine. Okay, so your horizontal shift or your D would have been positive 120. But just to keep in mind that there are more than one way to do this. Okay, let's look at number 2. Problem number 2. Okay, I like starting these off, A, B, C, and D. Okay, first one, find your C. It's the sinusoidal axis, so we got positive 8. Okay, from there we're going to find our A, which is our distance from the sinusoidal axis up to the highest point, or also the lowest point. So 18 to 8 is a distance of 10. Okay, so A and C are your first things that you can easily pick out, and they'll be the same for both sine or cosine. Okay. Now, since I did a sine before, I'm going to go ahead and do a, since I did cosine last time, I'm going to do a sine this time. Okay. So we're going to go start at negative 35, so that makes our D positive 35. Okay. Now to find our b, our distance is 40. Okay, something to keep in mind. Oh, they didn't do it, never mind. So we got 40 there. So you take 360 divided by b, and you're going to equal to 40. Switch out 40 and b. And we get b is equal to 9. So we have y equals 8 plus 10 sine of 9 theta. Actually, we need to do parentheses. Plus 35. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. Okay? And let's do one more. And I want you all to pause so you can work through this, set it up. And I will put up both sine and cosine possibilities. So your C is 7, your A is 4, okay. If we pick sine, we're going to say negative 20. So this is for our sine graph. So our D is 20. So you have 360 divided by b is equal to 120. So our b is 3. So if you chose sine, you would have y equals 7 plus 4 sine of 3 theta plus 20. And if you chose cosine, started at our B would have been, our D, I'm sorry, is negative 10, and our B also would have been 3. So you have y equals 7 plus 4 cosine of 3 theta minus 10. So those are the two possibilities for your problems. And that concludes our notes for today. See you all tomorrow.